When your children don't respect you, do this instead. 6 powerful ways to regain respect. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're new, this is a place where we talk about living well, staying healthy, and finding joy as we age. Because let's face it, life doesn't stop teaching us lessons just because we've hit middle age or beyond. Today, I want to sit down with you, like we're having a heart-to-heart over a cup of coffee, and talk about something that I know weighs heavily on many of your hearts. What you do when your children, those people you raised, loved, and sacrificed for, don't seem to respect you anymore. Maybe you've noticed it in the way they roll their eyes when you offer advice. Or maybe it's the tone they use when they talk to you, like you're somehow less wise or less important now that they're grown. It hurts, doesn't it? I've heard this from so many folks over the years. Good, hard-working people who feel invisible or dismissed by the very kids they gave everything to. And if you're feeling that sting right now, I want you to know you're not alone. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in that pain. Today, I'm going to share 6 powerful ways to regain that respect, not by demanding it, but by earning it in a way that feels true to who you are. These aren't quick fixes or magic tricks. They're steps rooted in wisdom, patience, and the kind of strength that only comes with the years you've lived. Think of this as a roadmap to rebuilding that connection with your kids while keeping your dignity intact. Before we dive in, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Let's let go of any guilt or frustration you might be carrying. You've done your best as a parent. And now, it's time to focus on what you can do moving forward. Ready? Let's get started with the first step. Point 6 powerful ways to regain respect. Point 1. Shift your mindset. Respect starts with you. Let's begin with something foundational. How you see yourself. I've sat with so many people in my years as a psychologist, and one thing I've learned is that respect from others often mirrors the respect we give ourselves. If your kids see you doubting your worth, like when you apologize too much or shrink back from speaking your mind, they pick up on that. Take my friend Linda, for example. She's 62, a retired nurse, and a single mom who raised 2 boys on her own. For years, she felt like her sons walked all over her, interrupting her, ignoring her calls. She came to me feeling small, like she didn't matter anymore. But when we talked, I asked her, "Linda, do you believe you deserve respect?" She paused. She hadn't thought about it that way. So here's what I told her, and what I'm telling you. Start by owning your value. You've lived a life full of experiences, raising kids, working hard, overcoming struggles. That's wisdom they can't find on Google. Stand tall in that. Next time you're with your kids, speak with quiet confidence. Not anger, not pleading, just calm certainty. It's like planting a seed. They'll start to see you differently when you see yourself differently. Try this. Write down 3 things you're proud of in your life. Maybe it's how you kept your family together through tough times or the career you built. Keep that list close. It's your reminder that you're worthy of respect, starting with yourself. 2, set boundaries with love. Now, let's talk about boundaries. I know that word might feel harsh, like you're pushing your kids away, but hear me out. Boundaries aren't walls. They're guidelines that show people how to treat you. And at this stage of life, you deserve to be treated with kindness, not taken for granted. Think about John, a 58-year-old dad I work with. His daughter would call him at all hours, asking for money or favors, but never once asked how he was doing. He'd say yes every time, even when it drained him. He didn't want to seem mean, but over time, he noticed she respected him less because he never said no. So we worked on this together. The next time she called, he said, "Sweetheart, I love you, and I'm happy to help when I can. But I need us to talk about what I need too, like some time to rest." She was surprised, but she listened, and slowly their relationship shifted. She started checking in on him, not just asking for things. Here's your takeaway. Set a boundary that feels right for you. Maybe it's saying no to last-minute demands, or asking them to call before dropping by. Say it with love, not anger. Something like, "I really want to have a good relationship, so let's figure out what works for both of us." It's not about control. It's about mutual respect. 3, listen more than you lecture. This one's a game changer, especially as we get older. I get it. When your kids dismiss you, your instinct might be to prove you're right. You've got decades of life lessons to share. But here's the secret. They'll respect you more if you listen first. I remember Susan, a 65-year-old grandmother. Her son would snap at her whenever she tried to give advice about his job. "Mom, I've got this," he'd say, cutting her off. She felt hurt, like he didn't value her input. So I asked her to try something. Next time, just listen. Ask questions instead of offering solutions. She did it. When he complained about work, she said, "That sounds tough. What do you think you'll do?" He opened up more than he had in years. Why? Because she gave him space to feel heard. And in time, he started asking her for advice because he trusted her again. So, next time your child vents or argues, resist the urge to jump in with, "Here's what you should do." Instead, try, "Tell me more about that. What's on your mind?" It's like magic. They'll feel respected, and that respect will come back to you. 4. Lead by example. You've heard the saying, actions speak louder than words. Well, it's true, especially with grown kids. They might not listen to your lectures, but they're watching how you live. If you want respect, show them what it looks like. Take Mike, a 60-year-old widower. His kids used to talk down to him like he was out of touch. But then he started volunteering at a local food bank and got in shape. Nothing crazy, just walking every day. He didn't brag about it, but they noticed. One day his daughter said, "Dad, I didn't realize how much you do. I'm proud of you." That was the turning point. What can you do? It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's keeping your home peaceful, staying curious about the world, or treating others with kindness. When your kids see you living with purpose and dignity, they can't help but respect you. Ask yourself, what's one way I can show my strength today? Start there. 5. Share your stories, but keep it short. Here's where your age becomes your superpower, your stories. You've got a treasure chest of experiences, heartbreaks, triumphs, lessons learned. Sharing them can bridge the gap with your kids, but the key is timing and brevity. I worked with Ellen, 67, who felt her kids tune her out whenever she talked about the old days. She'd go on for 20 minutes about her childhood, so I suggested, keep it short and tie it to them. One day, her son was stressed about a work deadline. Instead of a long tale, she said, "You know, when I was your age, I missed a big deadline once. I learned to ask for help, and it saved me." He nodded and actually asked her what happened next. Try this. Pick one story from your life that connects to what your child's going through. Keep it to a minute or two. Maybe it's how you bounced back from a setback or found joy in a tough season. They'll start seeing your wisdom and respecting it without feeling preached at. 6. Let go of what you can't control. Finally, this one's hard but freeing. Accept that you can't force respect. You can't make your kids see your worth if they're not ready. And that's okay. Your peace doesn't depend on their approval. Think about Tom, 63. His son barely spoke to him, blaming him for past mistakes. Tom tried everything, apologies, gifts, but nothing worked. So I told him, "Tom, you've done what you can. Now focus on you." He started gardening, joined a seniors group, and found joy again. Months later, his son called, not to apologize, but to ask about the garden. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Here's your step. Let go of the guilt or anger. Focus on what makes you happy, whether it's a hobby, faith, or time with friends. When you're at peace, your kids might just come around. And if they don't, you're still whole. Well, my friends, there you have it. 6 powerful ways to regain respect when your children don't seem to give it. Let's recap. Shift your mindset to value yourself. Set boundaries with love. Listen more than you lecture. Lead by example. Share your stories wisely and let go of what you can't control. These steps aren't about changing your kids. They're about reclaiming your strength and peace as the wise, wonderful person you are. I know this journey isn't easy. Parenting doesn't come with a manual, and neither does navigating these later years. But you've got resilience in you, more than you might realize. Start small. Pick one of these ideas and try it this week. Maybe it's setting a boundary or sharing a quick story. See what happens. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt disrespected by your kids? What's worked for you? Drop a comment below. I read everyone, and so does this amazing community. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button and subscribe so we can keep growing together. Let me leave you with this. Respect is a garden. It grows where you water it. You spent years nurturing others. Now, it's time to nurture yourself too. You deserve it. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it. See you soon.